Well, 2 Sonic videos back to back. I guess I'm turning into a Sonic YouTube channel now. I've still never played a Sonic game, by the way. I don't know, I've just never gotten around to it. But that might change here soon. It really seems like Sega is pushing Sonic right now. I mean, I know that Sonic is probably their biggest IP, and it probably has been their biggest IP pretty much since the beginning. But they did just release Sonic Superstars, notably pretty much at the same time as the new Super Mario game. Yeah, and speaking of Mario, the Division Manager of Sega, Osamu Ohashi, he recently had an interview where he said some pretty interesting things about Sonic and Sega's ambitions of Sonic's future. Yeah, you've probably already read the title of this video. I mean, it's definitely a bold statement, a bold stance they are taking on Sonic. They want to push Sonic to actually surpass the success of Mario. Definitely easier said than done. The Mario franchise is the biggest video game series in the world in terms of sales. Just looking on the Wikipedia page, the Super Mario series, which definitely encompasses a lot of different games and a lot of different characters, it has sold 830 million copies of games, and about half of that is specifically from the Super Mario games by themselves. So we'll say about 400 million games sold just from the Super Mario Bros. Franchise, and compare that to a little over 100 million units of Sonic the Hedgehog games that have been sold, but the statistic I'm looking at, again, from Wikipedia, and it's from 2016, so maybe it's gotten a little bit more. I mean, maybe we could say maybe 200 million, but that's about half of the Mario series, or maybe a little less than half. I will say, I guess I didn't realize that Sonic was actually that big, but definitely got a ways to go before they're going to surpass the Mario series, especially when you look at the Mario series as a whole, so including all of their side characters. And from what I can see, in total, the Mario franchise, and that's the franchise, that's video games, movies, merchandise, all that stuff. The Mario franchise has grossed about $55 billion. Compare that to the Sonic series, they have grossed about $12 billion. Again, still surprised that Sonic has grossed that much, but definitely got a ways to go to beat Mario. So yeah, in this interview, when asked about his vision for Sonic's future growth, Osamu Ohashi, the division manager that I mentioned, he stated, quote, "In simple terms, I aim to surpass Mario. Sonic was originally created to rival Mario, and we have yet to achieve that. Given our respect for Mario, our objective is to catch up with and eventually outshine him," end quote. Like I said, they definitely have a long ways to go, but it looks like recently they kind of are pushing Sonic a lot. They just released that new 2D Sonic game, and I guess next month they are releasing a 3D Sonic game called Sonic Dream Team. And from what I have read and kind of looked up, again, still haven't played a Sonic game, so I'm kind of just going off of what I'm seeing. But it looks like in terms of overall reception, this game, the new game Sonic Superstars, it's been received very well. And I believe the Sonic game last year, Sonic Frontiers, that was a 3D Sonic game, that was also received very well, and I'm seeing a lot of comments and just kind of a general feeling online from kind of the past year of Sonic games. A lot of people are saying that Sonic is back. Yeah, I think Sonic kind of dipped in popularity starting in like the mid-2000s. There was the Sonic the Hedgehog game from 2006 that was received very poorly, and I think it's kind of a little bit gone downhill from there, and maybe not downhill, but maybe it's just been a slow uphill battle since then. Whereas in terms of Mario, I don't think he's ever really left the popularity. Now, my point being, that's actually kind of good when you look at Sonic the Hedgehog, in terms of them surpassing Mario. If they are very recently kind of getting this spark of popularity again, maybe they will kind of jump in the numbers. As for competing with the Super Mario Bros. Movie, while not impossible to surpass the success of that movie and the future Mario movies, when looking at Sonic's future movies, it definitely appears unlikely. The Super Mario Bros. Movie has become the highest grossing video game movie of all time. It surpassed $1 billion in box office revenue, and people are anticipating that whatever the sequel is, whether it's Donkey Kong or Zelda or whatever, it's maybe going to be that much more successful. It is just important to mention the movies as well, because overall, Mario and Sonic, they are both franchises. They are definitely not just video games. Overall, as bold as I think this statement definitely is, I don't think it's impossible. I don't think that it's something that can't be achieved. This might be a little bit of a tangent, but do you ever look at those YouTube videos of like like most subscribed YouTube channels over time, or richest people in the world over time, or highest grossing tech companies over time, you know, stuff like that, where it's like a time lapse and it just like is a chart. I hope I'm not losing you here, but basically my point being, I've seen a lot of these videos and it's very interesting to see over time how things definitely change. And you know, something that is so popular at one point in time, it's crazy how, you know, 5 or 6 years can really really change that. Something else or a few other things will just kind of rise above it. Definitely not saying that Mario's going to be irrelevant in 6 or 7 years, but I'm just saying Sonic and Sega, I definitely think they have a chance. But surpassing Mario, that is going to be a very big challenge. All I can tell them is good luck. You're going to need it.